Welcome to SCRM and Acquisition, the first SCRM credential created for the civilian acquisition workforce. I'm Danielle Mao, the government lead for the IT Acquisition Working Group. We developed this credential in the face of mounting workload and a rapidly evolving buying environment, with your needs directly in mind. We aim to help the acquisition workforce prepare for its growing role in managing and mitigating cyber supply chain risks across the acquisition lifecycle. This credential is for you and will also strengthen government's posture. I will walk you through the credential and how it works, and then I'm delighted to introduce Mr. Michael Thompson, GSA's Senior Advisor on SCRM. This credential is offered on demand and FAI CSOD. Our curriculum may evolve over time to respond to the environment, but at a minimum, you will receive at least 20 continuous learning hours for completing this effort. The credential curriculum is comprised of a pre-assessment in which you rate your current proficiency in a series of SCRM competencies. We want to know how you self-rate in SCRM before you embark on the curriculum. Then you will complete a range of learning opportunities in CSOD in a watch, read, or listen delivery format. Then you will complete a post-credential assessment in which we ask you to again rate your proficiency in the same competencies to help us understand what you have learned and how we can continually improve the curriculum. This credential is designed for more than just the contracting officer. If you are a member of an acquisition team, a contract specialist, a contracting officer's representative or core, or if you're involved in acquisitions based on your responsibility in the program office, for example, you will also benefit from this credential. The learning objectives for you in this credential are for you to be able to describe cyber supply chain risk management terminology and concepts, recognize SCRM in the context of the federal acquisition process, describe various supply chain risks, threats, and vulnerabilities, consider SCRM risk as part of acquisition planning, proposal evaluation, contractor selection, and post-award management. Recognize the importance of offerors' security policies and procedures, and utilize SCRM principles to manage procurement risk throughout the acquisition lifecycle. As soon as you complete this video, you can access the pre-assessment. Remember, you're just rating your own proficiency across several competencies. It will take 15 minutes or less. From there, you can move through the resources at your own pace. CSOD will guide you all the way through to the post-assessment, which you will then complete to tell us if you feel you have an improved awareness and understanding of SCRM in acquisition. Now, I'd like to turn it over to Mr. Michael Thompson.
Thank you, Danielle. My name is Michael Thompson, and I run GSA's Cyber Supply Chain Risk Management Program Management Office within GSA's Office of Government-Wide Policy. SCRM is a consideration in all acquisitions, including acquisitions under the micro-purchase threshold, including acquisitions for commercial off-the-shelf products, and including purchases for things that aren't technology. Think furniture, non-technical supplies, landscaping, janitorial services, things like that. So let's start with some definitions, and we'll work back as to why SCRM is a consideration in all acquisitions. What is information technology? What is information communications technology? Well, according to the FAR, information technology, or IT, is limited to stuff used by the agency. But that's not how we usually think about it. I define IT as anything that has a chip, anything that has an internet connection, anything that includes software. So in the FAR, that's not how IT is defined. Just be careful when you're thinking about IT in a contract versus IT in the more general sense of the term of basically anything that connects to the internet. Now, what is cybersecurity? Cybersecurity is managing the risk presented by IT. Again, not the FAR definition, the more colloquial definition. Any risk that's presented by IT. And we're pretty good at managing the risk of the IT that we buy. We really have cybersecurity offices all over the government right now, helping us make sure that the computers that we use, the back-end IT products, are all secure. Now, what's supply chain risk management? That's making sure that the things that we buy actually get to us, whether that is because of delays, because of financial issues, because of not the right people there, design issues. We want to make sure that what we buy is on time and on budget and actually what we want. And SCRM, supply chain risk management, that's what GSA does. That's what the FAR is mostly about, is about managing supply chain risks. But when we put these together, that's when we get something new. Cybersecurity on one side, supply chain risk management on the other. Together is SCRM, cybersecurity supply chain risk management. That's what I do. Putting that together, what that means is we're managing the risk presented by IT, not just the IT we buy, but the IT all up and down the supply chain, the IT that's used to deliver the things that we're buying. And that's why SCRM is consideration in all acquisitions, because the thing you're buying might not be IT, but odds are it's being brought to the government somehow with IT being used, whether that's IT managing inventory, IT managing shipping, IT managing payroll. There's IT all up and down the supply chain. And even if we're not buying IT, SCRM is a consideration. NIST, for example, has identified the integration of SCRM in the acquisition lifecycle as a critical success factor. We have to think about the risk presented by IT up and down the supply chain. And as we all know, IT is becoming more prevalent in everything that we buy. Everything is getting more connected. So SCRM risks are becoming more prevalent, which means that we need to manage SCRM better up and down the entire acquisition lifecycle. I think about SCRM in every procurement and throughout the acquisition, from managing risk during requirements formation to incorporating these considerations, your acquisition strategy and planning, evaluating SCRM risks as you evaluate offers, and managing SCRM risks in contract performance. Enjoy the curriculum and be sure to share candid feedback about how you feel about the SCRM credential in the pre and post assessment.